Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the First Minister what the economic impact has been this year of flooding.
Minister.
There's no doubt that the impact of flooding can be significant. When flooding occurs, communities, businesses and infrastructure suffer with the economic impact depending on the location, source, extent and duration of flooding. There are, of course, other significant consequences which, although not economic, are very important, including the stress and anxiety of those affected and, of course, travel disruption. Managing flood risk is a priority for the Government. We invest a minimum of £42 million in flood protection measures each year, as well as supporting SEPA's flood forecasting service and the Scottish Flood Forum. We're also aware of the threat of increased flooding posed by climate change, and that's why we're leading the way in the transition to net zero.
Stuart McMillan.
Thank the First Minister for that reply. Last weekend, the A8 trunk road from Langbank into Inverclyde was closed due to flooding, with reports of people sleeping in their vehicles overnight. And this is in addition to the usual flood areas that actually take place in my constituency. Whilst the constituents may have been able to use a back road to get into Inverclyde, visitors to the area, as well as drivers delivering goods to businesses, will have struggled to reach my constituency at the weekend. Will the First Minister support my calls for improvements to the current roads and flood prevention infrastructure, as well as a feasibility study into a bypass as solutions to improving the economic opportunity, as well as the health needs of my constituency?
First Minister.
Well, the second Strategic Transport Project Review is now well underway, and it is considering improvements to the transport network across Scotland, including, I can say today, the A8 in the member's constituency. The review will appraise a range of potential interventions, including any upgrades to the A8 through Inverclyde, and that will ensure that our transport investment plans remain relevant to delivering the outcomes of the new National Transport Strategy and continue to be the correct decisions for the public purse. The cause of surface water flooding can often be a complex interaction of many sources of flooding, and I understand that Scottish Water and Inverclyde Council are currently working together to consider the best way of tackling flood issues within Inverclyde.